Alright, Sarael Boxx back here with Let's Play of Dungeon Keeper 1. Gonna go ahead and get into level 3 of the tutorial.
Waterdream Warm. A region of pointless frolicking and endless pleasure. No one here understands the true meaning of suffering and random shocking violence meted out arbitrarily.
That's odd, but let's jump into it. Alright, this one is, again, pretty easy, cut and dry. Get a couple extra imps in here.
Have enough gold.
Alright, so this is again a tutorial mission, does not require a whole lot of brain functionality. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to start mining all this out and getting it fortified. Once again, it just makes everything so much easier to do it that way. And as we're looking at the map, we have something that kind of stands out over here on the west side. And that would be this area with this path. This black is an impenetrable rock. So we've burrowed up to the edge so we don't have to immediately go and see what's up there. They'll fortify that for us. Yes, I don't need to mine that because once they fortify against that impenetrable rock, it'll be fine. So they're claiming the land. Gonna go ahead and get some of these guys started fortifying. Don't need them to fortify all this rock, so that's why I'm mining it out. It takes less time to mine that out and have them just claim the land by far than it does to have them waste time trying to fortify an interior wall. See, now it's already done and they can get back to what they were doing. Alright. So, like I said, there's a little bit here in some of the beginning of the maps, and it's boring. It's pretty much just watching the imps mine out a little bit of land and then fortify the walls. And it is not glamorous, it's not exciting, and I should be able to, in the description, link basically a time to shit happening. You know, I'm not going to sit here and waste everybody's time. So you can see the basic layout of my dungeon. I fortified around all the gold I'm really going to need for this map. If I wanted to, I could go fortify around this chunk as well. I don't need it, so I'm not going to bother with it. But while they are working on that, I will come explore this little area. And if you're mining yourself with an imp, you can actually claim the land as you're mining, which is pretty neat. The other imps won't do that, which is a little frustrating. It's just kind of how they're set up.
You need to build a lair for your creatures.
But now we've got a pair of skeletons here. I'm going to let him go ahead and claim this training room. So it's flashing that kind of rainbowish little border around it. And the health bar is going down, we can see as he claims it.
You have taken control when you rule.
So we're going to sell that training room. We don't want people
build a lair for your
walking
creatures.
all the way up there to go train, which they're going to try and do. Now, these skeletons aren't great in the beginning, but they get a lot better later on, first of all. Second of all, they don't eat, which is nice, so they never require a hatchery. They will automatically train, and I believe they will both manufacture and research. I could be wrong. There are some creatures that will do things and not like them, but the skeletons are undead. They don't really have feelings. The other undead person is kind of a grumpy, high-maintenance person to deal with. That we get a little bit later on. But once you discover a jail, actually, you can create skeletons. So that's something I will probably be utilizing in the future, just because skeletons are a better creature than some of the other creatures we get access to later. So I would rather have a skeleton than some of the other minions that we can get at our disposal. So sometimes I will just build a prison and pick creatures up straight out of the portal and throw them in prison and let them starve to death, which sounds just absolutely horrible and insane, but it is sometimes a better strategy. So we've got those all mined out too, so nobody's going to be wasting time trying to walk up there, go fortify those rooms, because that would be pointless. We're almost completely fortified here. Skeletons are just hanging out. They're going to want some money here shortly. The payday bar is almost full. Alright. And these idiots have got us about 99% fortified. We've got a couple squares left, and then we can go ahead and get cracking. So some of these imps are going to start showing up as idle now. So go get me some money.
It is payday.
See, the skeletons aren't even in a rush to go get their money. I'm not sure what he's doing. And then he'll just go back and take a nap. Now, they're going to start bringing in money. That means it is time to start making a training room. Suppose we could go ahead and go open up the portal.
Your gold reserves are running low. You do not have enough gold.
These guys are going to make me broke. Oh, there we go. So let's go crack this bad boy open.
An entrance has been claimed.
And creatures should start coming through. It might help if I expanded my lair and made a hatchery. I completely forgot about that because skeletons don't eat. Other people eat though. And now, because we have a dungeon established, it's going to give us a library. So we're going to go ahead and build ourselves a nice little library. And that is going to allow warlocks to now join us through the portal. We can use one more in. So, the warlock, I'm actually just going to throw him straight in the training room. Most creatures, once they hit level 2, if you pick them straight up and throw them into the training room, they'll train until level 2, then they'll go make a house, then they will continue about whatever it is they were doing. Usually they will go back to training. So we'll say screw it, why not? We'll go and open up this little area. It's not going to be detrimental to our health or anything. So also a thing to note is that the little blonde tunneling dwarves will not tunnel through gold seams. I'm not 100% sure why, but you can use them in a pinch against the heroes as a fortified wall. I don't like to do that, I don't trust it, but you can do it. Now, two things to keep in mind. One, you might need that money, so you probably want to just fortify around it like we have some of the other gold in this map. Second of all, a lot of maps later on have another dungeon keeper playing. Now they're a computer, they're going to play kind of stupid and not use their assets. Sometimes they cheese. Sometimes you can't see it, but they start with like a huge amount of money. I think in one of the maps they start with like 4 million gold. Even if your payday was $20,000, it's going to take you literally 48 hours for the computer to run out of money. So it's just not worth it at that point. Now, I'm going to drop my warlocks all back into the training room. I want them to get beefed up. Skeletons are already level 5. I can pretty much win this map with those 2 level 5 skeletons alone. So once we get this gold finished up, if the enemy hasn't decided, they're down in this area in the southwest corner. If they haven't started to come up already by then, I'm going to go ahead and just dig down to their base. So the reason I decided to go for this gold first, instead of the gold that I've already got kind of safely tucked away in my base, is because this gold is a threat, and this one isn't. So I would rather get the gold that is in jeopardy, if you will, than the easy pickings that I've got just sitting right over here by my base. So warlocks are pretty much just projectile characters. There's nothing really special about them per se, but they do get a lot of really nice abilities or spells. We can click on this query tab, or the info tab if you will, and click this little question mark, and we can find this level 3 warlock. He has a melee, he has a fireball, and he can heal himself. So he's already a pretty useful guy to have around the dungeon. So everybody's training, all the imps are working. I feel like we should be waiting on some heroes to come popping through this doorway pretty much any minute. We'll start seeing their little white dots. Look at that. I couldn't have timed that even more perfectly if I tried. So now that they're burrowing up, I have confidence in the imps to finish mining this gold and fortifying this area by the time that they get in. But I'm going to have a couple of imps get a jump start kind of on the fortifications. Because the imps, the creatures in your dungeon can't see that. They don't know what's going on. So they're going to start fortifying some of these walls. And it's, like I said, it's just going to kind of give us a jump start, at least on this southeastern edge. So we'll let them go ahead, finish mining out this gold, get the rest of that fortified. They've only got, I don't know, about 10 more, 9 more squares. They're whittling away at the gold. So off the top of my head, I want to say each square of gold has 1,024 or 1,040 gold in it or something along those lines. So each imp, I think, can carry about 500. So it usually takes them just past 2 imps worth of digging to mine 1 square of gold. We can hear them digging. So ominous. So they're going to save me some time, and it looks like they're going to follow this impenetrable rock right up to this training room full of things just ready to just mangle the absolute shit out of them.
It is payday.
Oh, it's payday. Everybody's going to walk right next door to the treasure room, get their money, and then go back to jacking steroids or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and burrow out, because I don't want them to continue messing up the dungeon.
Your creatures are under attack. Your minions are winning a battle.
As we can see, that was an extremely poor choice on their part. Alright, so they're claiming their way down into that base. Everybody's up here training. And this map is pretty much in the bag. Now, I believe
your creatures are under attack.
That once these couple of heroes down here have been finished off, there's a couple of thieves and fighter dwarves. They'll have to claim this whole hero area, which is white. They will claim that, and then the Lord of the Land will spawn. I guess that's an archer, obviously. Got a Robin Hood hat on.
Your minions are winning a battle.
So they'll go ahead and get this little area cleaned up. And then this is the hero gate for Dungeon Keeper 1. So their heroes their Lord of the Land should spawn out of there here just shortly. Skeletons get only 2 spells, and I like them quite a bit. They get armor, and they get a lightning bolt. And both of those make them very intimidating to deal with. So, like I said, that's one of the reasons I just like them. They're nasty. They're killing machines. So, the white space here is about to an end. White squares are claimed. Heroes are gonna spawn.
The Lord of the land approaches. Leave us to live our lives in peace. Your creatures are under attack.
So we'll give that, I don't know, about 2 minutes. They will eventually, their pathing AI or their script will point them
Your creatures are
to my
attacking the
dungeon
enemy.
heart,
Your
which
creatures
takes
are
them
falling in battle. Your minions are winning a battle.
not
Your
fun.
minions are winning a battle.
So yeah, they're starting to finally path up there. So
Your creatures are under attack.
again, imps, not the brightest bulbs in the box.
Your creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Wow.
Your minions are winning a battle.
So we're just gonna wrap this up, drop these skeletons. We're gonna murder these tunneler dwarves.
Your minions are winning a battle. Your minions are winning a battle. You have conquered this realm.
And that is the end of level 3. Let's get the hell out of here and move on to number 4. Yep, sure. We'll take it.